working fine on Monday, I assumed that this would be good as well. Okay, so let me start from the top. Welcome to the Share the Knowledge podcast, Q&A, live stream, whatever we want to call it. Joel on Facebook, I see we have DJ J Valeria in the building. The Bull is here. DJ Six is here. Waleed is here. Kurt is in the building. And Suarez live in the building. Make sure I shout y'all out. Kingpin in the building. And Mac Joseph in the building. And we got DJ Big Tom coming through. I see you. And Vinyl Touch. Shout out. The 904 Lounge. Salute. And Big Tom with that sub. Once again, I appreciate you. And we have Virgil in the building, the Sava in the building. And I hope I didn't miss anyone in those shout outs. Chris on the mix, welcome. So for those who missed me, I'm back. Did my first Sunday sessions, returning. Did that yesterday. Playing them R&B vibes, Mixmaster G in the building. And I was going to talk about Mixmaster G in a second as well, or at least mention Mixmaster G. And this is my weekly Q&A. I'm back on Mondays, back with the Q&A. And one thing I do want to talk a little bit about today is the software that I was using yesterday during my live stream, and that is Algoriddim DJ Pro 5. Some of you are already familiar with the software. Some of you are not. I received some questions yesterday during the mix like, hey, what software are you using? Or some other people were like, hey, is that Algoriddim DJ? And I think it's a good thing to talk about it. And also mention right away that I'm releasing a full video this week covering everything you can do with it. A couple of weeks ago, I had a video talking about the latest features that they added to their newest version in version 5. And they came through with some just features that weren't out yet. And Big Ham, I see you. Yes, this is still an open Q&A. I'll be talking about Algoriddim DJ, but you can ask me anything DJ related you want to. So in 5, they dropped a couple of new features that were pretty amazing. They updated their stems because, yes, they already had stems. I saw that question yesterday as well. Like, hey, Algoriddim DJ has stems. Well, they were actually the first DJ software with stems. It's called Neural Mix inside of their system. And they were the first. Virtual DJ came after that, and then the rest followed. For the last, for quite some time, Serato basically had the best version of the stems, I would say. And with the latest version of DJ Pro 5, they are at least on par, if not in some cases better than Serato. But they're definitely on par, and they're both very usable. So that was one thing that they didn't add it, they updated it. And they have their special crossfader functions that I want to talk about a little bit. Their crossfader fusion. And they have a fluid beat grid, which is also something that's pretty interesting. So I did a video on that. You can find that on the YouTube channel. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let's get that algorithm going a little bit before I release my full Algoriddim DJ video this week. But I want to talk about some of the stuff in there, and if you have any questions, maybe I can answer those as well. I've known about Algoriddim DJ since, well, not when they first came out, but shortly after that. They've been around since 2006, I believe, and I think I started using it a couple years later. But the thing for me was it only worked standalone or with controllers, and my main setup most of the times was a turntable setup with DVS. That's why for me it was never an option. They added DVS over a year ago, but I was still so into Serato, that is my main driver, that I didn't make the switch yet. But I am seriously contemplating making Algoriddim DJ my main driver, because right now they offer a lot. I don't want to say the most because I'm not familiar with every feature in every DJ software system, but they offer a lot. And with the DVS capability now that you can use DVS with your computer, but also with your phone or iPad is pretty crazy. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. I wish DJ Pro worked with Hercules Impulse T7. Well, that is one of the complaints that I've seen around the internet. Cleveland Terry did a whole video about it, and that is the quote unquote lack of compatibility with devices. Now, I have to admit, they have a long list of gear that is compatible with Algoriddim DJ, but I believe some of the more popular devices that are out now aren't compatible yet. As far as the Hercules T7, I can imagine it might be a little more difficult to make that work because it is a motorized controller. Then again, it works with the Rev 7, which is also a motorized controller. But I don't have an answer why they're compatible with certain controllers and with others it might take a little bit longer, or they're just not compatible. I will ask about that and to see if there is a clear answer when it comes to that. And thank you, Mixmaster G, already chiming in right here. The problem is not Algoriddim, it's iOS and audio drivers. Now, I'm pretty sure Mixmaster G can explain anything and everything about that. So if you have specific questions about that, I think he is the guy to talk to. The reason I wanted to mention Mixmaster G later on, but I'm going to just do it right now. Mixmaster G has his conversion tools that will allow you to convert your crates from one type of DJ software to another. And it's also compatible with the latest version of Algoriddim DJ. That's what I wanted to add. I might be missing out on some details by saying it like that, but Mixmaster G can explain more about that. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing questions. Hold up. It starts here. Where's that question? Virtual DJ and DJ dropped on the same day. What, with the stems feature? Because that's, I believe that is not correct. I believe Virtual DJ was like a little bit later. I know it was close, but I don't think it was the same day because I remember seeing the press releases and I thought those were different dates, but they were definitely the first. Is there a better service for the money than BPM? Big Ham, that's I can't answer that because I don't have a subscription, and I think it really depends on your specific needs because all of the DJ pools will have their pros and cons. But I'm not the right person to ask. I currently don't have a lot of experience with most of the DJ pools that are out now. I've tested BPM for a quick minute like a couple of years ago. It was pretty dope, but I have not been there since. And Vinyl Touch says, DJ was the pioneer, though, ahead by a few hours. Okay. So maybe it was just hours. I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing. Like Algoriddim DJ, when it first came out, it was really a DJ app. But as far as I can remember, they were like the best option when it came to DJ apps. A couple of the other companies had apps, but either they were just not as extensive, or they only had like secondary features. I remember Serato even had an app, but I think you could only use it to like trigger cue points and stuff like that. You couldn't really DJ with it. D-Boy, what up? And I just saw a video. I'm gonna see if I can get it on screen in a second. I used Algoriddim DJ with the Pioneer WeGo 2 like 9 years ago for a Saturday Sessions video that I shot outside. I just drove somewhere. I parked my car on the side of the road next to a canal and just put the WeGo on top of the car just with my iPhone. That was like an iPhone 5 or whatever. And did my Saturday sessions from that. So for the portability, it was amazing. Let's see. TV. Yes, indeed. Back in the building. And I know Four Lounge says, don't know much about DJ. Is it like virtual DJ where it will work with almost any controller? Well, at the moment, no. So the biggest difference is like DJ really came from that DJ app, and virtual DJ was just on the computer. The powerful thing about it is, and for me, it was only interesting for those moments when I wanted to do something mobile with like a small controller. But the fact that you can now also use, so I'll show the software in a second on the phone, but if you just take the phone app, so DJ Pro 5 on the phone, you basically have all the features you would have on a computer. So it's not like you can just load music and maybe match the tempo and that's it. No, they have everything in there. So even like the newest features I was talking about, like the crossfader fusion, that's in here. The sampler, the looper, all the effects, a lot of the effects are in here. And back in the days, they were the first to have streaming services inside of the DJ software. At that time, they had Spotify. Unfortunately, Spotify quit that after a certain time, but they had that, which was incredible. Now, most DJ software, if not all, has the streaming services in there. But they recently added Apple Music, and I think DJ is the only one to have Apple Music as an option. Aren't they subscription based? Yes, they are. I do believe that's the one thing I forgot to test, and I'll double check and add that to my video if I have to. I believe there's also like a free version, and you still get quite a few options, but I'm not 100% sure. I have that subscription now. It's a yearly basis, and I think it's like, someone in the chat correct me, or if you know, let me know. I think it's 25 or 30 bucks a year. So it's not a crazy amount. And Mac Joseph says it works with the Rain 1 and Rev 7. Yes. And Mixmaster G, thank you. That's what I thought. DJ was a week earlier. And I'll let you and Vinyl Touch fight that out. Showtime Entertainment, salute. Mac Joseph says virtual DJ has the best stem quality. I'm not sure about that. I've heard comparisons. And again, I would say Serato, Virtual DJ, and Algoriddim DJ are the best. But I do believe all of them have certain areas that they're better in, but it also really depends on which track you use. Adam from Poland, good to see you. And Mike Lewis, what up, what up? If you have to choose DJ or Serato, like I said, it's a tough one because I'm so used to Serato and certain things were holding me back, but I think those things are all gone now. So one thing would be the phase compatibility. Right now, Algoriddim DJ is not officially supported by Phase. At least if you open your Phase manager and you can choose between different DJ software, Algoriddim DJ is not in there yet. But it works. I did my stream yesterday with Phase, and it works. But it could be better. So yesterday I experienced that for the first time because before that with DVS, I was just using it with Control Vinyl. Yesterday I did my stream. I was like, let me just connect Phase and use that. It works, but it's not as tight as using Phase with, for instance, Serato. At the moment, that is, because I felt some cue drift, something I normally don't feel. And sometimes when I try to correct and give it a nudge, it didn't feel like it was responding the right way. Now, I did see a tip from Fong Fong that I have to double check, that with Phase and DJ right now, if you disconnect the USB and connect it again, you have to make sure you restart the whole software. Maybe that's something I didn't do. But I do know if you use Algoriddim DJ with Control Vinyl, it is super tight. It is super tight. And it works like really great on the phone as well. And that's something, they're the only one who have that. So just imagine that you can always have your backup in your pocket. Yeah, let's say phase with audio is not as tight as phase in Serato with HID. Yeah, that's possible for sure. And Mike, to answer your question, like if I had to choose right now, maybe just to be just on, if I want to play it safe, I might say Serato, for the simple fact, like when I use the Rev 7 with Algoriddim, the screens don't work, and with Serato they do right now. That's something I really like. But give me like a couple more weeks and a little bit more time using DJ extensively. I'm pretty sure right now the answer would be that DJ offers me more. But I mean, luckily I don't have to choose. So even if I would make DJ my main driver, I would probably still do a set on a Rev 7 with Serato to use my screens. And when I have a club show with brain power and it's going to be CDJs, I'll prepare a record box. I mean, we do not have to choose only one. That's the great part about it. Mac Joseph, thank you. So it's $29.99 a year. So yes, it is subscription based. If you want to have, I guess, the full version, that price is okay with me. I'm curious, what's your opinion about stems on record box, and have some short tips how to use it with the DJ 1000. I mean, hopefully Pioneer will catch up and give us better stems with a future update. Right now, to me, they're not usable. Certain tracks will sound okay, but I did a live stream at the time with the Flex 10, and I was playing around with the stems, and I was like, damn, that's not good enough. For me on the fly, because I never know in advance what I'm going to play, I need to have stems features that will give me something that sounds usable. With Record Box, unfortunately, with a lot of the tracks, it was not good enough yet. So hopefully with an update, they just improve it enough to make it usable. But right now, I would say, like, no, I would stay away from it. In public, at home, you can do whatever. But if I'm in public or if I'm streaming, I'm not going to use it. Yeah, you can only use DVS mode, and you have to manually set the frequency to. They need to get HID in. They were the first to have Spotify integrated. Yeah, like that's what I said. Like that's why I used DJ for certain events back in the days. And I've said this many times in my videos, like when I did like a school party for my son's school, I knew they were going to ask for a ton of tracks that I don't have. I would have a little controller, and I would have my phone or an iPad and Spotify in DJ, and they could ask me anything. I type it in, and it would be there. So unfortunately, Spotify is just not available anymore. But you have a ton of options. And in Algoriddim DJ, they also have like their own library. I'm not sure how to call it. But that's also filled with music. So I have the option between Apple Music. You have Algoriddim DJ's own library. You have Beatport, BeatSource, Tidal. I can import from, I think, Dropbox. I can get local files. So a ton of options how to get music in there, especially on the phone. That is super dope. Wow. Oh, I think that's this one. Yeah, by the way, I might try that out in a sec. I have my phone here, and I just got this in. I'm going to make a video soon. An iRig. Oh, yeah, that's me. I have an iRig here. Finally have one. I'm going to make a video about that soon. That's the iRig Stream. So I have my phone connected to the iRig, and that is connected to my DJ mixer. So I can actually make sounds right now.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, so that's the phone right there with DJ. Okay, let's see. And Mac Joseph, yes, Algoriddim starts up way faster than Serato. And you can import Serato crates. Yeah, the startup time is ridiculous. Yes. And by the way, closing it as well. That is one thing with Serato. And I have the same problem sometimes with Record Box. They take time. With Algorithm, it's like I click it and it's ready to go. For all the best features and phone usage, it's Mac and iOS only. So Windows, Android users, be prepared. Um, yeah, I have no experience with the Android version on the phone. So is it really like limited compared to iOS? Because I've not seen or used that yet. I know the Windows version, their latest Windows version, has quite a few of the features in there, though. But they are mostly iOS based and Mac. That's been their bread and butter since the beginning. But they have a Windows version, and as far as I saw, that has a lot of features in there. What's the best way to stream without getting muted and or copyrighted when doing a live stream set? Just use the platforms that won't mute you or copyright you. No, in all honesty, like for me, Twitch works well. They will copyright, but they'll do that after the stream. So I can stream. That's all good. I just don't have a replay. I can live with that. Yesterday during the live stream, I tried to add Instagram because within Restream, I can now have Instagram as a destination. And that worked. I was on there for, I believe, 20 minutes before Meta cut off the stream and deleted the video. And I remember Facebook always did that as well. YouTube, sometimes with certain tracks, you'll be okay. Other tracks, you won't. So you would have to test that in advance and like make a file with all the songs in there you want to play, like a couple of seconds of them. Upload that, see if you get flagged. For me, I don't trust YouTube anymore because I don't want to jeopardize my channel. So I stick to Twitch and Mixcloud. Mixcloud is going to be safe all the time. No copyright strikes. The only thing is the replays can only be audio, not video. Or you would have to have a stream where you're only using your own music. So even for me now in this stream, any example that I might show with software, I'm going to use, in this case, my own beats because I can use these without getting flagged. So I remember like last year I did one live stream, and in that live stream we watched a part of a DJ battle. I just went to YouTube, did a screen share, and that live stream got flagged because I used a part in there. So I try to stay away from that on YouTube at all times. Mixmaster G says only crates for tracks on internal drive, and if you have substantial iTunes music library, it can get slow too. Okay. Yeah. That I haven't experienced yet because I don't use iTunes or Apple Music library for my music. They need gain adjustment in the sampler in Algoriddim. Yeah. I think you're right about that one. I remember that one of my samples was not as loud as the other ones, and I couldn't see how I could turn the volume up. And Mixmaster G says, use only your own productions or stream on Twitch. Yeah, kind of like what I said, indeed. So any specific reasons why you want to switch to this over Serato? Well, like I just mentioned, I like the fact that I have the portability option. So the phone and the iPad option, that I think is just great. The feature set in there is dope, and I'm really enjoying it. The video player in there also works well. I've used that on a bunch of tours just from an iPad, streaming on large screens. And like I said, I'm not sure yet, but also feeling it with the control vinyl, how tight it is. Love what it's doing. So again, I don't have to choose, but it might become my main driver because let's just imagine that I'm playing in a club. I have that on the laptop and something happens. I can break out the phone and switch in seconds. And I'm still in the same software, but we'll see. So it's not as drastic. I'm not like ditching Serato. Like I said, if I'm doing a Rev 7 gig, Serato would be the more likely option for me because I do appreciate having the screens work, and they don't work with Algoriddim DJ. But let's just call what I said my way of saying it is, for me, most definitely up to par, and usability wise as well. That's important for me, because you could say like Tractor is incredible DJ software as well, but for me, I don't like the way it works. It doesn't work well for me. The iRig is the truth and the answer. Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been wanting to test one, make a video about one, and luckily I was able to get my hands on one now. So I have never tested it. I just connected it to the phone like 2 minutes before the stream started. And yeah, I'm going to have some fun with this. I might even do one of my live streams just from this little device right here. What are the top transitions to master for beginners / intermediate? Mega Man. I don't know if there's such a thing as top transitions. I also think that it's going to differ quite a bit depending on what type of genres you play. I mean, my transitions with hip hop and R&B, I believe, are not going to be the same way transitions are done with certain types of house music. Just looking at, like, for instance, the length of a transition. With a lot of house music, I have to imagine you can have longer transitions, where most of the times within hip hop and R&B, I'm limited to a max of like 8 bars, because most of the choruses, the hooks, are only 8 bars, if not shorter. But I mean, I would definitely work on practicing how to do transitions where you're working with the EQ, because that's the thing that can make a blend better. If you're only doing volume adjustments, that's one thing. But if you're blending 2 songs, you want to start incorporating a bit of the EQ. You don't want both tracks to be playing with full bass. I mean, I don't know how far you are in your learning how to DJ process, but in the beginning, you have to learn how to use your EQ. But it's hard for me to give examples. Like, for instance, I don't even have names for transitions, so I couldn't give you a list right now. DJ Wiki says, on an external hard drive, are cue points synced between a computer and your iPhone or iPad? That is a great question, and I don't know the answer. The video replays used to always stay up on X, but yesterday it was taken down. I don't know if you deleted it. Guilty. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That was me. But yes, normally on X, I didn't name X, Twitter. Twitter would be a safe place for streaming if you don't want to worry about takedowns. The only thing is I think it's hard to get an audience on X, to build an audience. But you could add that. That's why I'm using Restream to stream to multiple platforms. So I always have X on. Normally, I'll leave the replays up. In this case, I was testing something and made an executive decision to take that down. By the way, the audio replay is up. That was also a test for me, because I'm using my Rodecaster Pro 2 now. I used to use the Rodecaster Pro. Right now, I'm on the Rodecaster Pro 2. And the great thing about that is that this version, if you're not familiar, by the way, the Rodecaster was or is basically a podcasting broadcast device from Rode, which had 4 microphone inputs, and you had some pads on there that you could use for samples. Great audio, great for podcasting. And when I bought it, I was using that for my Q&As. But at a certain point, I wanted to make that like the center of my studio setup. And then I ran into some issues, because it was really just made for microphones and microphone inputs. The Rodecaster Pro 2 is a different animal altogether. By the way, I can change my view. Maybe I can get that in. Hold up. This should give you a quick view of it. Oh, no, too low. Let me bring that up. Up. This guy right here. That little guy. But I will be doing a full video on that as well. The great thing about this one is actually made to be like that center of a studio. So yes, you have your inputs, but in this case, they're not just mic inputs. They can be used as line inputs. So now when I'm doing my mix shows, my DJ set goes into 2 channels on the Rodecaster. The hosting microphone goes into a channel on the Rodecaster Pro 2. I can record multi-track, and that's what I did yesterday. I recorded my set, and the audio replay that's on Mixcloud is just the mix and not the hosting. That for me is a big plus because it's great to interact during a live stream and shout people out. That's all good. But if people go to Mixcloud to listen to mixes, I want them to have just that music experience and not sit there and listen to a good tune. And then all of a sudden you hear me bring the volume down to start shouting out Mega Man and DJ Six. And that's love during a live stream. But for the replay, I wanted to have a more clean experience for the listener. And this way I can do that. And even yesterday, something happened at the 10-minute mark, I think. I think I hit a button and somehow the audio was turned off for like 20 seconds. The recording doesn't have that because the recording just records and does not take fader movements and anything into consideration. So my audio replay is perfect because it does not have that missing piece of sound in there. So yes, loving what that is doing. And yeah, I'll make a video about that. But the replay from yesterday is up on Mixcloud. That was my point. Let's see. Okay, I want to see this. Vinyl Touch coming through with the controversial take. Serato's future may be in limbo depending on the merger with Alpha Theta. Well, merger, the acquisition of Serato by Alpha Theta. DJ has tight integration with Apple products. Wouldn't be surprised if Apple or their related companies get into that hardware game 3. They have very good features, fluid BPM, snappy, great collection management. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, yes, they have tight. Algoriddim DJ has tight integration with Apple for sure. Not just the fact that they have Apple Music in there, but also that you can even use the Vision Pro by Apple. I mean, I know none of us will have that. It's crazy expensive. But you can use DJ in Vision Pro, which is pretty crazy to see. Not that I would want to DJ that way, but just the fact that they're working together like that is pretty dope. And yeah, the fluid beat grid is one of those features that's not available in, for instance, Serato. That is very interesting to have that. DJ definitely needs to get hardware compatibility up, though. Only major problem. But is it really, though? Like, I saw Cleveland Terry's video a little bit, and he named a couple of devices. I think it's very DJ dependent on what you're using. Like, for what I'm using, I have no issues at all. It works great with the S7. And the S7 is compatible with the computer and with the iOS version. It works with the Rev 7 besides from the screens, but it works great. I have a bunch of other devices here that work with it as well. But I understand that there's a couple, I think it was the DDJ 1000 or a couple that are pretty popular that aren't working yet. So it would be cool if there's a way to fix that. But like Mixmaster G said, it's not really them. It's more iOS, if I remember what he just said. Oh, let's see. Music saved on a computer and your iPhone and iPad. I missed the first part of that question, I guess. Jimmy Jam. How's the sound quality in DJ Pro 5 in comparison to Serato? That's hard for me to say. I would have to do I would have to compare some recordings. So right now it's hard for me to say. Let's see. Dan Anarchist says I've been using Virtual DJ for years. Let's see. Sorry. For years. And I just picked up the DDJ 800. Now I'm trying to learn Record Box. Can you perform karaoke with Record Box? Ooh, I don't know. That is one of those virtual DJ features that I don't think is available in a lot of other DJ software. But I'm not sure. Mixmaster G says if you use the same audio files and the same controller, the audio quality is on par. And Let's see. Virtual DJ remains the go-to software for karaoke DJs. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, Wiki, I think you just asked that question about the external hard drive and Mixmaster G put an answer in already. But maybe I missed it. And Mixmaster G says there are various techniques to sync cue loops with computers and iOS devices. The how-tos are in my YouTube channel. I'll be checking that out myself for sure. King's Complex with a question. Was it good? Was good? Was good. Have you used the music video player in Algoriddim DJ with a streaming service like Tidal, Beatport, or BeatSource? The music video player in AI DJ. Have I used that? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Because I've done a lot of different stuff with it. I'm thinking, did I test that as well? I mean, I've used it for video, but not. Did I use videos from there? I don't think so. No. And Mac Joseph says Serato needs iOS. Miles D, happy Monday. What record pools do you recommend for hip hop R&B? I don't know. I would say probably the main ones like DJ City, BPM Supreme. I said this at the beginning of the stream. I'm not currently that in tune with most of the DJ pools to know what they're offering and if there's actually a big difference between some of the major DJ pools out there. So those are the first that come to mind for me. You can use Soundflower instead. For what? Sorry, I think I missed the part, Mac Joseph. Apple was partnered with the Vestax at one point in time. Lover says, Lover 412. I can remember being able to purchase a Vestax in Apple Store. Okay. They didn't do that here, I think. But I'm in Amsterdam, so Fluid Beat Grid is fire, especially if you're mixing with multiple mixes. Probably genres, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that Fluid Beat Grid is something else. Okay. The Vestax Spin, it was compatible with the iPad. Nice. Algoriddim can take over Serato. And that's what Mac Joseph said there. Okay, you can karaoke with Rekordbox. That's what Mac Joseph is saying as well. Do you still have plans to do Crates radio shows with other DJs hosting? I don't think I've ever mentioned that as the plan. Like the first thing I wanted to do and still will do is organize the raid trains. That's what I wanted to start with. I have been asked before, like, hey, can I do a show on Crates Radio by a DJ? But I have not looked into that. I want to start with the raids, and maybe from that, we'll see what can happen after that. So that is something I will be looking into in the coming months to start doing the raids. How does the sound, auto gain, limiter, general sound compare to Serato? I'm just going off Mixmaster G's answer right here that it's on par with Serato. But I haven't done the back-to-back. But I'm pretty comfortable in believing Mixmaster G here. Hovac is asking, how do you guys handle burnout? So can you be a little more specific or elaborate a little bit maybe what you're talking about in this case? Because is this like a burnout from, what caused the burnout? Is it a burnout from work? Let us know. Okay. Was Soundflower the answer to the question I asked about getting the mic out of a live stream? Yeah, because I saw the Soundflower answer and I wasn't sure what that was about. Maybe that was it. So Hovac, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So do I still have my audio here? Yes, I do. Yeah, I wanted to do something, but I don't like the way this top shot is looking. I wanted to be able to show the software on the iPhone. So I wanted to do like a screen share from the iPhone to OBS, but I didn't have enough time to figure out which type of software would give me the best option. Because I do have a way to make my camera go down to see my desk, but I mean, that's a little bit small right there. So that's not really a good look. So we're not going to do that. You're able to stream music videos from Tidal and DJ. Yeah, I haven't used that. I haven't used that, to be honest. So I've done a lot of video stuff with DJ, but that was always just video files that I had myself. So during a tour, I had a DVS setup with Serato. And next to that, I would have my iPad, either just my iPad or an iPad with a controller to do the DJ stuff. Mixmaster G says you need a USB connector with HDMI, USB out. Also, my YouTube channel in the DJ Pro 5 playlist. Okay. So, I mean, I do have a couple of different adapter type devices here, and I have not tested that. I'll give that a try, but not now. Edward, what up? What up? Good to see you back on the wheels still. Yeah, I mean the last couple of months I was not planning on making the break that long. Let me just put it like that. The plan was actually to return in December. And it's a combination of things. Life, family life, different priorities. So I just started way later than I wanted to. But that is over because I'm back with the mix show on Sunday, Q&A on Monday. That's it for now. The Thursday live stream, I'm holding off on that one. So it's just going to be one mix a week and one Q&A a week. And for the rest, I have a ton of video stuff to work on to get that YouTube channel up. And ArmTV says, why is everyone wanting to switch from Serato to something else? Is that a fact? I have not heard a lot of people say they want to switch from Serato. So I don't know if that's a thing. I do think that when other software, so for instance, with Algoriddim DJ in this case, which is showing a lot of innovation, like a lot of new features, and it's stable, it works well, it can be enticing for people to be like, hey, let me take a closer look. But again, for me personally, this is not really about switching. It's about having options. So Serato was my main driver. Rekordbox is my go-to whenever I have to do something with CDJs, and sometimes with certain Rekordbox controllers, but in most cases for CDJs, I'll prepare my stuff in Rekordbox. And up until now, Algoriddim DJ was what I would use whenever I had to do something where I was very limited in space. So I could only bring like a small controller and there wasn't even really room for computers. I would have a small controller, like a DJ 400, and like my phone or the iPad. DVS came in, the DVS capability for DJ, but that was not something that made me say immediately like, ooh, I want to switch. But now that I'm spending more time going over the features, I'm like, I like the layout of everything, how it works. The DVS capability is there now, and it's super tight. It just works really well. The stems are now good quality. They had stems and they were okay. Now they're good quality. And on top of that, like I said, the innovation, the newer features that they're bringing out. Now, in all honesty, the crossfader, the fluid crossfader, stuff doesn't work when you're using it in DVS mode with a mixer yet. We'll see what happens with that. But the fluid beat grid does work. So yes, it is interesting for me to be like, hey, I want to use this more. For me, the startup time, closing time is amazing. But yes, certain things are, I mean, if it's broke, don't fix it. If everything is working for you, there's no need to fix. And if there's nothing in Algoriddim DJ that makes you say, I need that, why would you switch? And certain little things need to be adjusted still. Like, for instance, yesterday after my live stream, I uploaded to Mixcloud. And normally, if I want to get the playlist in there, the track list in there, with Serato, I can literally just export and it will go to the Serato website. And in Mixcloud, I can import from Serato and it's in there straight away. With Algoriddim DJ, I can't really do that. I mean, I can export as like a CVS file or something, but I can't import that into Mixcloud. Yeah, so little things. But the way they're working and the stuff they're adding, I think it's one to keep an eye on for sure. And it's look, it's only a plus. It's a pro for the whole DJ community when brands are innovating, because that gives the other brands that little nudge. It pokes them a little bit, like, hey, look at what's happening over here. And certain people will be like, hey, Serato, we would want to have something like Fluid Beat Grid as well. Record Box, we want to have that as well. And hopefully those brands will step up and add those features or give us some different innovation that, you know, the competition is good. Fresh fruit, Serato is ace. I mean, again, nothing bad to say about that, and I love using it. It's been my go-to for a long time. So again, I mean, some of you were here for the stream yesterday. I don't know if you could actually notice it. Like, I could feel it. Maybe some of you could even see the cue drift. That was noticeable. And sometimes when I was doing some nudging, I gave it a little nudge and it would go forward too much, and then I would try to break it and it wouldn't break in time or break too much. That doesn't happen when I'm using it with the control vinyl. That is just some super tight stuff. With the conversion utility, you can convert a history list to other DJ software. Thank you. That is something to do. VJ Make in the building with that raid. What's going on? Salute and welcome. Unfortunately, if you came from a mix and you wanted to see more mixing, that's not what we're doing here. We're in the middle of a Q&A talking about Algoriddim DJ Pro 5 and just talking shop, talking about DJ stuff. But VJ Make, appreciate you. Big Cino in the building as well. So yeah, but that's like, I love the way it feels with the control vinyl right now. That is on point. And even though there's not official compatibility with phase, it does work. Make sure you go check out VJ Make on Twitch and follow. By the way, if anyone in here has had issues trying to use phase with Algoriddim DJ, with DVS, one tip, at least if you're using a Pioneer mixer, you need to go into the mixer utility tool and you need to change a setting, because the input setting is set to phono. But if you want to use phase, you have to set that input setting to line. Otherwise, phase won't work, because at first I could not get it to work. Fresh Fruit says, have you used phase? So is that a general question? Like, if I've used phase at all, or in this case specifically phase with Algoriddim DJ? Because if you're asking me if I've ever used phase, I've been using phase 99% of all my gigs and stuff for the last couple of years. And yes, that works amazing. With Algoriddim DJ, it works okay, but not as well yet. But yeah, for live sets, it's my go-to. Phase is my go-to. Like phase and Serato, that is incredible. That might be the one thing that would lean me more towards Serato at the moment. If I have to use phase, I would want to use it with Serato right now. Let's see. DJ is great for my gentleman's club gig simply for the auto mix feature in DJ. The auto mix feature, I mean, it works. It works. It works well if you have music that is kind of compatible. What I mean by that is, I had to. I was testing it, and I had a folder, and that folder had beats in there or songs in there, but the songs were like really far apart when it comes to BPM. So some were in like the 90 range, but the others were like 100 and I don't know 30 or whatever. Then auto mix will try to make that work, and it's not always going to be a great result. But if you're dealing with tracks that are anywhere in the same BPM range, it does a very good job of knowing when to start. Now you can set that auto mix if you wanted to start, if you wanted to do like a 1 bar, 2 or 4 bar transition. It syncs them up nicely, and it actually works pretty well. I was kind of surprised how well that works. But you have to make sure that you don't have like a super wide variety of BPM in there, because then it can get kind of tricky. I utilize the auto mix feature just to fade between songs, not necessarily have them blend together. Okay, got you. No, I understood that. The toothpaste thing. Yes. The Rain 70. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, it's working like pretty well, especially with Serato. Let me check something real quick. And let me get my chat window over there because I want to make sure I can have you tell me if you can hear everything fine. Let me switch over for a sec. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm ready. Y'all can still hear that, right? Like with the normal control vinyl, it just really works. With phase yesterday, the Q drift, like the Q drift does not happen with your control vinyl. You're definitely not going to have any issues with that. Just works really well. Love using that. And well, now that I got the screen on, you can see here. The only thing I can't really show you is Apple Music because Apple Music was acting up here. It's working on the phone. I was talking about that Algoriddim DJ has their own music selection as well. So you have all these playlists in here with different type of music, with a bunch of different songs in different categories. So that's something they offer. Then, of course, Tidal, and yes, indeed, like Tidal videos, but I have not used that. Oh, I can't see videos here right now, but that's there. SoundCloud is my go-to for stuff like this, just to make sure we don't get any type of copyright claims. But love using that. Let me think, is there anything I need to show from here? Actually, I don't think so. Again, I'm dropping a full vid this week. I'm going to show everything all the different features. So it's more of like a total overview compared to oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to show. Sorry. It's more of a complete overview and not a review. So real quick. This is what I wanted to get to. All right. So I hope you can see this. Here you have control tone, and it's set to phono right now. If you want to use phase, that needs to go to line. At least for me, that's what needed to happen. Before that phase, I could not get it to work. As soon as I change that, then it works. And if I want to use my control vinyl, I have to make sure this is set to phono, and then I'm actually good to go. All right, let me show you real quick. Hold up. Quit DJ Pro. Bang. Open DJ Pro. Now that's speed right there. Let me switch back. That is some serious speed right there, man. I need my chat window back. Hold up. I need my chat window back. Now, I will admit, I don't have a ton of music on my DJ computer. That will most likely help. But yeah, for sure, that is faster than with Serato, especially the shutdown. Man. All right. What time is it? Oh, okay. I got like 5 minutes on the clock because from now on, all the streams are like 75 minutes. So I start at 1:45 and I end at the full hour. So tune in later this week for my full Algoriddim DJ video, just showing you all the features. Maybe you're already familiar with it. Maybe you've only seen it on the computer. You haven't really seen the app version on the phone. And I'll just go through everything that's on there because there's just a ton on there. And I had so much fun just playing around just on the phone, just the phone. The fact that I can mix music, but at the same time, I can bring in that looper with the samples. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It has like a complete like library of sounds in there that will sync with the song that's playing. And you can have entire beats playing over your music. Watch the video this week. Hey, W, coming in. I said, like, hey, we only have 5 minutes left. That's like W's cue to come in, like, hey. And V Square says we need the Rev 5 supported. And for the geek stuff, there is a DJ Pro 5 playlist in my YouTube channel with all kinds of fun stuff. Make sure you check out Mixmaster G's channel. I'm going to take a peek there as well, just to make sure if there's stuff out there that I've missed, to come check that for sure. And Fresh Fruit, yes, sir. Back. And every Sunday, the live mixes, and every Monday, the Q&A. That is the deal. Anything else I have to mention now? No, I don't think so. Just make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to stay up to date, and sub to the YouTube channel for the vids that are coming. So the Algoriddim DJ video is coming this week, and I'll be doing a video, but I don't know when, but as soon as I can, on the iRig, this iRig stream that I have here, to give that a little test. They have a bunch of different ones. This is the I think the basic version, the iRig Stream Solo. So talked about iStream, or mentioned iRig a bunch of times. Like, I knew DJs were using it, never got a chance to test it. I'm gonna test that. And if I have a chance, because I'm really running out of time, I do have something else that I hopefully will be able to do a little video with. That's right here. That's this little device right here. It's Some of you might know what that is. Some of you may have never seen this before. And I have not had time to work with this. This is the Omnis Duo. And that's not by Pioneer DJ, but by Alpha Theta, their parent company. So maybe I can get that into the frame a little bit for a sec. So they're small wireless device. Can get a flash drive in there, get music in there, and play with that. You can charge it via USB. Hopefully, I'll have a chance to show that. Hopefully. Otherwise, I can get it back later. But I have to try it out. Only tested it for like literally 2 or 3 minutes. Tune in to Mixmaster G's AMA tomorrow live. And that starts at 7 p.m. That's Central European time. Especially if you have those technical questions, that is your guy. So make sure you check him out. All right. That's it for this week. I'll be back on Sunday with Sunday sessions, or on Monday if you have some DJ-related questions. All right? Thank y'all for tuning in. See you next time. Peace, peace, peace.